Hey, so I got a lot of questions on our space redo, and I thought I would take a minute to address some of them. And really just questions that I get a lot of in comments. I'm not able to answer a lot of comments just because there are so many and I'm on a lot of different platforms and it's overwhelming at times, and so it's hard. So this is what I'm doing. Also, someone told me that my sweater was giving Vector from Despicable Me one time in one of my comments, so that's why I stopped looking at comments. No, just kidding. But I'm wearing that sweater, so it made me think of that. So I don't want to hear it if that's what you think. Okay, so anyway, we're in my new space, and the one question that I wanted to start off with was this one. And really, right now, the space is just set up for videos. If you don't know, I used to be a teacher and an elementary school teacher, and I started a tutoring business and was able to leave and go full time with that. And so I brought that home and was able to tutor out of my basement. And it was my classroom, and you all saw it beforehand. If not, just scroll down to the bottom and you'll see. But yeah, so my basement was set up as my little classroom and I was tutoring out of that. And now that it's been redone, it's kind of set up a little bit now. We're still waiting on our TV stand. We still have to do a few things like over on that side, but like I have my little classroom set up. As you've seen in some of the recent videos, things still need to go up on the walls, but we're still having some things finished and done. So it's still like in the works. Anyway, to answer your question, yes, this space is really just for my content. You know, I was tutoring full time, and I was doing really well with that. And then I got on social media, and that blew up and has been really crazy. And so that has transformed into my new main gig. So that's what I'm doing now, and I love it. And it is a passion of mine and something I get to pursue full time now. So I'm really excited, and I have my little fake classroom, my little fake stage set up down here, which is perfect. We have our little table down here, which is awesome for playing board games. If you noticed upstairs in the room that I was filming in while we were waiting to get this space done, you guys had noticed, a few of you had noticed some of my husband's board games. He has like over 200. So it's a problem. But anyway, another question I get is there a space for Bunker down here? And to answer your question, she stays back in there somewhere. She's not here today, but that is her space. I've also gotten a couple comments saying that we ruined the space, that the wood paneling was a lot better. Respectfully, you're wrong. And that's it. Another question that I get a lot of is, how was I able to tutor during the daytime when I was tutoring full time, when I was just running my tutoring business full time? And a couple ways that you can do that, or a couple ways that I did it, was I tutored homeschool kids. So, homeschool kids are home, and a lot of parents are looking for help during the day. I tutored some homeschool kids during the late mornings, early afternoons, and that was a really cool way to fill my schedule up with tutoring clients that way. And also, I started a learning pod, and so I actually have a playlist. I don't know where I'm pointing to, but it's up there somewhere, a tutoring info playlist where you can scroll through. I made a video that explains exactly what a learning pod is. But that's a great thing for tutors to form if they're looking to go full time, to leave the classroom quickly. If you have more questions about what my schedule looked like when I was tutoring full time, you can, over on my Instagram, find my saved story highlights where I go into detail about what my schedule looked like when I was tutoring full time, what my schedule looked like when I was running my learning pod, and just some more, a little extra information on my saved highlights. So you can go check me out over there on Instagram as well. You can also find my YouTube channel. All of my social media can be found under at Burnout Teachers. It's all the same. And on my YouTube channel, I go into more detail on how to start a tutoring business and just some tips and tricks, kind of like behind the scenes, maybe a little bit, just some extra things where I answer some questions, talk about why I left the classroom, just things like that. So you'll find some extra stuff over on my YouTube as well. And I'm also on Facebook too, so find me there, again, at Burnout Teachers. Another question is, why did we redo the space? And our house is kind of an older house, and a lot of things were done incorrectly, unfortunately. And down in the basement, to make a long story short, moisture was getting in. It wasn't handled correctly by the previous owner, and we found that some things were growing down here, and it was really ultimately just affecting my health. And so I've actually been going through kind of a health journey over these last few months, actually years, and it's all come to a head. And this was kind of the finding it at its source and working forward from there. So that's something that I've kind of been dealing with privately, but this was the reason for having it redone. And so I'm looking at it as a fresh start. I'm hopeful and really just excited about what this new space will bring us, not just in my content, but in my body and in my health as well, which is super, super important to me. This has been a long video, longer than I wanted it to be, but if you have any more questions for me, drop them in the comments and I will get around to answering them for you. Find me, you can always DM me on TikTok or Instagram as well, and I will try and get back to you. I get a lot of messages and I really do try and get back to everybody. It may take me a while, but I do try and get back to you because I love you and you're important to me. So thank you for being here. Again, don't hesitate with any questions. If you think I look like that guy from Despicable Me, keep it to yourself. Don't care. Love you. Thank you for being here again, and I'll catch you in the next video.